SnipingIsFun here, and this time I'm going to be reviewing Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex on the Nintendo Wii, which is basically what Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was released on PS4 360 a couple of years ago. Basically, I don't know, this game actually is quite fun from what I actually played. It's like your generic kind of world, like a war kind of first-person shooter type game. Interesting story from what I played. I played like 5 missions, and I played a lot of multiplayer, basically, and that's basically the basic idea of the game. Onto gameplay, basically it's a first-person shooter. There's a lot of different guns in the game, a lot of different well, I can't really say much about the gameplay actually. It's basically what it was in the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare on PS4 360, but now like motion control first-person shooter type gameplay, like what the Conduit and Medal of Honor Heroes 2 and all that had. Basically, the idea like what a first-person shooter on the Wii actually has is basically you use you use the nunchuck to move and the Wii remote to shoot and aim. Basically, there's nothing much I can actually say about that. Actually, the presentation of the graphics, they're not the best, they're not the worst. They actually are quite good though, I have to admit. You know, they don't compare to what the PS4 360 versions of the game have, but they do pretty well for what they are, and for the fact that they're on the Wii, and they actually are quite good. You know, not the best, although I don't care much about graphics, but just stating my review for the graphics, it actually is. They're decent, actually. The sound, basically all the people that do the voices for the story actually sound quite good. And during the levels, when you play the story or when you play multiplayer, the voices of the soldiers while you're playing, when you hear them talk, actually are quite good. The sounds of the weapons sound quite well, and the grenades sound quite well. The atmosphere of the levels, like the little background music, the sounds you hear, I actually thought were quite good and were decent for a game like this. You know, the story of the game, I haven't played enough of it, but basically it starts off, you start off on like a I don't know, some kind of ship, and it gets bombed, and you have to escape off of it, and then you find out that the president was killed and whatnot, and then you're in this big giant war, and I'm sorry if I can't really give too much detail on it, because there are some parts of the story I really didn't understand much of, but it's basically the idea of just a war story in modern times. It's not like World War I, World War II, an old war. It's basically if a war actually happened now between in the world, basically this is what it would be like. And I think he plays the same guy. His nickname, his code name is like Soap. I don't know if he plays him in all levels though. I think you might switch characters though, but I'm not fully sure though. But that's basically the idea of the story. I'm sorry if I can't give you much about it, but that's basic gist of the story, basic idea of the story. The multiplayer, probably one of the best multiplayer games I played on the Wii, besides like Mario Kart and the Conduit kind of, and Medal of Honor Heroes 2 kind of, and basically every other game I played on the Wii. It's probably one of the best games that actually has online on the Wii, and there's multiple types of games, and you have to unlock them as you go in. You rank your character like it was in the original, and as you rank up, you get more weapons to use. That when you create your classes, you can use those weapons, or you just use normal class. You can unlock more games to play, so as you get up in rank, you can actually start playing like original free-for-alls and all this other stuff besides just normal death matches and team death matches and whatnot. So basically, in the end, it's a fun game. I think it has a decent campaign for what I played. It has great multiplayer. You can create your own class. There's a lot of weapons. There's a lot of unlockables online. It'll take you a while, and there's tons of game types. So I give basically, in the end, I give the gameplay a 10 out of 10. The presentation and the graphics of the game an 8 out of 10. The sound of the game a 9 out of 10. The story of the game a 9 out of 10. And the multiplayer game a 9 out of 10. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex gets a 9 out of 10. If you're a Call of Duty fan, I recommend it. First-person shooter fan, I recommend it. It actually is quite fun. It's probably one of the best I play on the Wii. See you guys later.